Well, hi everybody. Welcome to President's Day. Right? We all get a free day off, another day off from school. Seems like we've been having more days off than on lately with the snow and everything. But I'm not complaining. So catching up on some things. It's a little later in the day for my devotional. But we had some talks in church on Sunday on the on some various topics from Pastor Timothy in the Bible, from Paul's letters to Timothy. And today I want to kind of expand upon that. I want to Paul's letters in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. How many times are we harder on ourselves than we are on other people? How many times do we not give other people second chances? And we hold people accountable to things we might not hold ourselves accountable to. But yet there's also times when we beat ourselves up for not being perfect, for not getting everything done properly and on time and getting all our to-do list done. So let me share these verses from 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong. And I'm just thinking about all the screw-ups I've had in my life, from a first-time failed marriage to mistakes I made at fatherhood, to even mistakes I make now in our marriage of 29 years. But I've come to realize that grace overcomes all shortcomings, all sin, all shortcomings, all failures. And sometimes we need to give ourselves just enough grace to move on to be successful. Not too much grace where we just continue to make excuses for everything, but enough grace where we can move on from a failure today. Or maybe, I have a habit of making a to-do list for the day or for the week. And if I don't complete it, I beat myself up about it. But I've learned to say, well, if I don't get it done today, I'll move it up to the top of the list tomorrow. And the same thing when I'm teaching. I have a lesson plan set up, but things come up. Kids have questions. Emergencies happen. Somebody's having issues, or a group of kids is frustrated about some things. And we have to drop our lesson and just talk and counsel and mentor. And even though I have this lesson plan set up, I have to go like, well, we'll take care of it next class, and we'll move it along. Same thing happens when things happen at work. I have this plan to do, and they call a meeting or they call an assembly. And I used to get frustrated, say, man, I have my lesson plan done. I need to get this done. I need to get that done. But I'm learning now. I don't have it down yet, but I'm learning to accept change more than I used to. And understanding it is the will of God. And if it happens, God's allowed it to happen for a reason. I must allow it to happen in my life. And that's not to say I screw up on purpose so things don't get done. But God's will is God's will, and I have to learn to accept it. I make my plans, but God orders my steps, right? So we have to give ourselves a break sometimes. Yes, we want to plan to succeed. Yes, we want to have our plans written down. But we also have to be ready to change and pivot and go a different way if God says no, or if God says wait. And we're pondering that with our retirement. Where do we go? What do we do? How much do we do this? Do we move now? Do we move later? Do we stay where we are? We were even considering buying a motorhome one day and moving and living in that for a few years. But we always have to ask God, what do you want us to do, God? And he usually responds in a way that says either yes, no, or wait. And we have to accept his will in our lives. So let's continue to pray for one another, that we give each other grace, but also that we give other people grace. None of us are perfect, only one. Jesus was the only perfect one. And he's the one that says his grace is sufficient for us. So like Paul went through a lot of disappointments, but yet he's now the biggest writer of the New Testament. He guides us and leads us in his writings. So whether people reject us or whether we fail ourselves, grace is most sufficient. And where sin abounds, grace is yet more abounding. So we have to give ourselves a break, not continuing in sin, not allowing sin to keep going, but correct that sin and give ourselves grace to move on. So let me know what you think. If you have any prayer requests, let me know. And please pray for our Jamaican mission team now. We are less than 2 months away now. We leave on April 11th, and we're planning today. We're having a meeting today with our friends in Jamaica, and encourage our kids to continue to push. And please, if you can, please donate to our kids. Some of them are very short on their funding and running the risk of not being able to go with us. You can can actually donate through Carroll Mission on Cash App, CarrollMission, or you can email me at JC4Kids, and I'll let you know other ways to donate to our trip. So please pray for us. Join us in financial partnership if you can, and help us along our way to go serve those in need in Jamaica. God bless y'all today. Have a great